Virginia is this close to having recreational cannabis legalization. Meanwhile, South Dakota's governor is throwing a massive tantrum about hers. This is Lo with Veriheal, keeping you up to date with the latest in cannabis news. If you're staunchly against democracy and cannabis legalization, you should probably consider moving to South Dakota. Voters approved cannabis legalization back in November in a historic win that brought both medical and recreational cannabis legalization to the state. But this didn't sit well with the state's governor, Northam, who has repeatedly voiced her impetuous objections and even sent her law enforcement minions to act on her behalf to block legalization. And now she's taking it to court to overturn the election results on the basis of a loophole law. This law that was passed in 2018 prohibits any amendments to the Constitution that tackles more than one issue. But I question why cannabis legalization was on the ballot in the first place if this was already an existing law. And of course, the circuit judge that was appointed by the governor, mind you, has ruled in favor of nullifying legalization altogether. The judge cited, it has far-reaching effects on the basic nature of South Dakota's governmental system, meaning that they don't want to legalize because it would essentially upend the state's entire system, as cannabis legalization has massive impacts on business, taxation, and major industry sectors. And it would appear that the people in charge are too lazy to deal with it. Governor Northam stated that this decision protects and safeguards our Constitution. I'm confident that South Dakota's Supreme Court will come to the same conclusion. This is blatant fascism on an obscene level, and it sets a dangerous precedent that openly allows leaders to strip people of their power. It is so undemocratic for lawmakers to use their citizens' tax dollars to try and overturn something that they voted for and approved. Why even vote at all in South Dakota when its lazy and petty governor, who is supposed to be a public servant, not a dictator, will stop at nothing to keep clinging to the state's archaic constitution? This is pathetic and very telling of South Dakota's political infrastructure. You don't even need to be pro-cannabis, but if you support democracy, you should be outraged. Next in news, recreational cannabis legislation passed Virginia's State House and Senate this last Friday. It doesn't seem that long ago that Governor Northam passed decriminalization laws just last year. And he wasted no time in taking Virginia a step further in its cannabis legalization. This is great news because previously, Virginia had some of the harshest laws against cannabis. But the governor is interested in turning it around and even aiming to tackle social equity issues and cannabis crime expungement. And once he signs legislation, recreational cannabis use will be officially legal in the state. Do note that the state has struggled to get its medical cannabis program up and running in a timely manner because the state heavily relies on a regional vertical integration model. So don't expect recreational dispensaries to open up anytime soon. The state hopes to have a functioning adult use market by 2024. So go ahead and like this video and give us a follow at Veriheal to stay up to date with the latest in cannabis news. Thanks for watching.